right, y'all, we are headed to Cherokee Lake here from Kodak, Tennessee. I got some good jams on the box there. Got about 2 hours to fish by the time we get there, and I want to try the four-wheel drive out in this tundra and make sure it's gonna do okay, because that's how you pretty much launch on that lake in the winter in most places. Either way, let's head over to Cherokee Lake.
Cola, the joint, bad place to be. It was back before Nixon lied to us all on TV.
Yeah, boy.
Are we rolling downhill like a snowball headed for hell?
All right, y'all, we're getting close. Looky here, y'all, I'm the only one here on this nasty old day. Now, this lake is almost full winter pool, but I like to launch off the bank. Otherwise, you got to walk a million miles up a hill. And they've got this really thick gravel out in here, and I want to make sure my truck is going to pull this boat in and out of this thing here. It's windy out there, man. See, there's really thick gravel that they put up here, and I want to make sure it'll pull through this gravel. Okay, it pulled me through the gravel, that thick stuff. We're good. We've got less than 2 hours to get it done. The wind is so strong, probably gonna have to throw a drift sock. I've got 2 skipjack that I caught in Melton Hill Lake, and I don't want to waste them. After this cold front passes, they're gonna be too old. So let's go ahead and knock out a catfish or 2 out of Cherokee. It's rough out here, y'all. It is rough. Bigger waves. We're gonna try to get by without throwing one of them jag-blasted drift socks. I need to put a hood on. That helps a little bit. Couple skipjack. I'm gonna throw 2 heads and 2 chunks. Just gonna go ahead and cut it all now. It's a lot like being in the ocean out here today. I'm checking out my depth here. All right, y'all, I'm gonna put my mic in the dry, and for now, old skipjack head. Yeah, the rain is picking up again. It's heavy over that way. I can see it. Hopefully it don't get too rough out here, man. This lake here can get real rough real fast. But it is absolutely pouring back that way. If I remember right, there's a lot of hang-ups initially out in this 50-something foot, but sometimes you get them out here, sometimes you get them farther back. We're gonna have to pull the whole thing just to find out where they're at. It's absolutely pouring at the other end of the lake over there. I hope that ain't high wind with it. There is a cold front band going to be working through as I am out here, so we'll see how bad it gets. I don't know if you can hear me through this coat or not, but in the amount of time to fish, if we catch one fish in this lake, that's a pretty good trip. If we catch 3 fish, that's an exceptional trip. They're hard to find in this lake, but when you find them, you can find good ones. There is channel catch. I occasionally get into them, but the blue catch in here are scattered, and but they are pretty nice size usually. Okay, there's my first fish on the screen right there, 55 foot. There's actually 2 of them, one stacked over the top of each other. That's a good sign, seeing that. We know something's out here. Okay, I'm going way too fast here, and that's probably part of the problem. I'm going to try to slow down. I was running that fast, trying to keep my boat straight because the wind's coming up my rear. Slow her down to about 0.7 while we're going through these fish. I just seen another one. Yeah, this gosh dang wind is just a blowing, man. I'm gonna ruin my mic. I just bought this mic kit, $400. All right, I need to keep my rudder turned a little bit here. Help out my boat. I really don't want to throw a drift sock in case it gets bad out here. It takes too long to get the gosh dang thing in. I've already got lines to pull in. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Woo-hoo! Yeah. Yeah, that's on the head. All right. Woo! 50 foot. See if I can keep him out of that other line there. Probably not the direction he's going. Maybe he'll go back. I don't think it's a super big one, but it is fish number one. Stay at that other line there. And I figured these heads is what we get bid on. That's what I got bid on yesterday in old Fort Lousy Reservoir. Make sure my drag's good. It is. There he is. Right now, I've got my head still on there. I hope I keep it on there. Nice fat fish. Got mud on it. They've been down in the mud. Come on, old fat fish. Yeah. All right, y'all. There's a school of bait down there in 49 foot. My shoulder's been aching me here lately. Yeah, that's a muddy fish. He got mud all over his side. Nice one. And got our bait back, so I gotta keep an eye on these rods. Not a giant, but a nice quality fish. Straighten that old tail out. Got that pale look to him from the water starting to cool off. Yeah, it's about to pull this umbrella off this mount I got it on. I'd love to keep this thing dry, but I don't think it's going to happen. It can't just be cold and windy, it's got to be cold and rainy and windy. Not good for my gear. I've had many audio issues after getting this DJI stuff wet. Have to trash the videos and everything else. There's a bite on the head. Small bite. We don't need no small bites. Trying to check my phone here. All right, y'all, we got a little break in the misery here for a minute. Happy about that. Well, all right, y'all, that was another heavy band. It'll probably clear up just a second, and then we'll probably get another heavy band. It's kind of wrapping around like a hurricane-y thingy. Well, okay, y'all, I marked the most fish in deeper water, 50-ish to high 40s. I've only seen a couple smaller ones up here in this 30-something foot range so far. All right, y'all, we're going to turn the corner and head back out towards deeper water because not much going on here in the 30-foot range. Sometimes they're right here in this turn, but we'll see. I think they're still deeper. I tend to get them shallower farther into winter. This is still the end of October here, so it's a little bit early for fish to be coming up in here. Getting some small bites coming through here. Every board's been hit. All right, y'all, they're definitely not shallow yet. All the marks I've seen in the fish we caught was closer in the high 40 to 50 foot range of water. Nothing but some dink bites cleaning my baits. Back here in this, I may get these out, thaw it out. oh. That was a hard bite. Out here in 52 feet. Yeah, when I got to put the boat on the trailer, it's going to be pouring. We're just getting a little break right now. It's coming big time. All right, y'all, there's a squall line headed my way. It's really dark over this way. I'm not gonna fish as long as I thought I was. I'd rather get all this stuff put up. There might be some high wind with that, so I said if I caught one fish out here in this short amount of time, it would be a good trip. So we had a good trip. It's a little early to be fishing this. I typically don't get into this lake until much later. November, December is usually much better all the way through the winter. Either way, I wanted to try out my truck, see how I was going to do and all that off-road and gravel and stuff up there. This is a video. There was a fish in the video. That makes the fishing video. This is Catfish Dave with another one, signing out. Y'all, we got a fish stuck to this one. That makes 2 fish. It's an exceptional trip. Look at that beast right there.